Okay, so let's just dive right in. We're going to talk about something that, a lot of us deal with every single morning, just trying to match our clothes, especially when the light is terrible. Or, let's be honest, our eyes just aren't quite awake yet. So today, we are going to build a super simple, totally reliable system to identify your clothes just by touch. A system that can actually survive the laundry machine and, maybe more importantly, save your morning sanity. And this quote right here, wow, it just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It's that exact moment of doubt you have in front of your closet, when that one dark color just loves to play tricks on you. It's such a universal frustration, and it's exactly what we are here to solve for good.
I like to call it the "is this black" problem. You know the one. It's that daily kind of low-grade stress of just trying to figure out if your outfit actually works together or if it's quietly clashing. But what if you could just get rid of that guesswork completely?
I love this metaphor because it's so true, right? That feeling of being half awake, tiptoeing around, trying to grab the right combination without setting off the mismatched outfit alarm an hour later. It feels like this high-stakes mission when all you really want to do is just get dressed and have coffee. So why does this keep happening to us? It's really not about having a bad eye for color. It's because light is a liar. Bathroom light is weird, bedroom light is too yellow, and then the full daylight comes along and reveals the truth when it's way too late. We're basically relying on a faulty tool, our own eyes in really bad lighting. And that brings us to the solution, a tactile system. The whole idea is to shift the job from your eyes to your hands. The National Eye Institute even points out how tricky it can be to tell colors apart with low vision, which is exactly why a system based on repeatable touch is so powerful. It's consistent, it's reliable, and hey, it even works in the dark. Okay, so how do we actually do it? Well, first things first, we need a code. But don't worry, this is not going to be complicated. The whole goal is to create something so simple your hands can read it while your brain is still, booting up for the day. So, the most important thing here is to start simple. The person who came up with this system mentioned trying a super precise 12-color system that just totally fell apart after a few washes. The key is to think in big, broad color families. You group all your blacks, grays, and whites into neutrals. All your denims and navies, they just become blues. And you also create a don't care bucket for things like black t-shirts or jeans that just go with everything. This makes the decision-making process practically non-existent. Now, what's really brilliant about this system is how the code works. It's all about position first. Your fingers find the tag on the shirt, and the pin's location. Is it at the top, the side, or the bottom? That tells you the main color family. It's super fast, and you don't have to count anything. Only if you need more detail, like separating navy from a lighter blue, do you add a little something extra, like a single bead. This is what makes the whole system so easy to scale up without it turning into a memory test. Of course, a great code is totally useless if the tools you use don't survive the washing machine. So let's talk about the toolkit, because this is what makes the system last. This is how we make it genuinely laundry-proof. This right here shows you exactly why the kind of safety pin you use matters so much. A regular old craft pin, it can rust and stain your clothes, it can pop open in the dryer, and it will absolutely snag your favorite sweater. But these stainless steel locking pins, they're the total opposite. They don't rust, they lock shut, and they're nice and smooth. This isn't just a tiny detail, it's the difference between a system that actually works and one that just creates a whole new set of problems. And where you cook that pin is just as important as what pin you use. You want it somewhere stable and, out of the way. The best spots are anchored right through a seam, like on the garment's tag or on the inside of a waistband. And you absolutely want to avoid any high friction spots or sensitive areas, like under your arms or on tight cuffs. That's how you prevent any poking, snagging, or irritation. Now, let's be real, even with the best pins in the world, things can happen. And that's where having a backup layer comes in. Think of it like insurance for your clothes. A simple little stitch code or maybe a tiny iron-on label means that even if a pin goes rogue and disappears into that mysterious sock dimension, your system isn't broken. You can still figure out what you're holding. So once the system is actually built, it's time to make it part of your morning routine. This is where you really start to see the payoff in time and mental energy. It's all about creating a workflow that's fast and practically automatic. Let's start with what we'll call Safe Formula A. This is your foolproof, absolutely cannot mess this up combination. Just grab a top from your neutrals family, a bottom from literally any color family, and then top it off with another neutral piece. It works pretty much every single time and requires zero creative energy at 7 in the morning.
And if you want to get a little more colorful, there's Safe Formula B. Just pick one item from a color family, say a blue shirt, and then pair it with two different neutrals, like gray pants and a black jacket. This is how you create a look that feels really intentional and coordinated without any of the risk of clashing. Honestly, these two formulas can handle most of your daily outfits.
So you have the theory. Now, let's talk about actually putting it into practice without, having to reorganize your entire life. The trick is to start small with a really simple weekend test just to prove to yourself that the system works. And when I say small, I mean really small. All you need is 5. Just 5 items from your closet to run a little pilot test. That's it. Maybe 2 tops, 2 bottoms, and 1 jacket. This makes it a tiny, totally achievable project, not some massive weekend-long overhaul.
And here is the exact test plan. Tag those 5 items, then run them through 2 different laundry cycles, one totally normal wash and one on gentle. That's going to check for durability. But the most important step, for sure, is the last one. Actually wear them. See if the pins poke you. Check if they snag on anything. You have to test the system against your real life, not just against the washing machine.
By the end of that weekend, you'll know for sure if the pins, the placements, and the code all work for you. You will have built a tiny, perfectly functioning system that you can actually trust. So really, the only question left is, are you ready to stop fighting with your closet and finally solve your mornings for good?